last 10 years, the Nips have ruled the Japanese rock world. A combination of musicianship and theatrics have kept them on top. But lately, ego and jealousy have been tearing them apart. What was once healthy competitiveness has deteriorated to flat-out hatred. The problem was the constant tension between T. Naka, the lead singer, and Basho, the lead guitar player.
In-band fighting is actually a funny thing because you always see it. It's usually a case where, you know, you've got your front man and then you've got, you know, some other guy in the band that also wants to be a front man. And then these two guys would really fight for that creative control and fight for the fame.
Today's fight was about T. Naka's new prop, a coffin. It would make for a killer entrance for T. Naka. Basho wasn't buying it. As always, T. Naka got his way. The Nips' hot stagehands wheeled out the coffin with T. Naka inside, ready to rise from the dead. But Basho saw a chance to steal the spotlight and launched into the longest guitar solo in Japanese rock history. Trapped inside the coffin, T. Naka was heading for a finale he did not see coming. Before he jumped in, T. Naka decided to up the theatrics by filling the coffin with smoke from dry ice containers. Bad idea. Dry ice gives off carbon dioxide. In the cramped quarters of the coffin, T. Naka was rapidly running out of oxygen. Within a minute, he was gasping for air and suffocating.
Without the presence of oxygen in a purely carbon dioxide environment, the individual would be unable to obtain oxygen for normal body function. This lack of oxygen would shut down the body's organs and they would die.
After a 3-minute-long solo, there was no more oxygen and no more T. Naka. T. Naka wanted to make a big entrance. Instead, he made an exit to die for. The sayonara, T. Naka-san. Meet Hiroto and Sakura. Their love for each other was without equal, but they had a big problem. After 7 years of marriage, they were still unable to consummate their union. And it's not like they didn't try. They did, hundreds of times. But it always ended the same way. Both of them on the edge of their bed, on the verge of passing out from hyperventilating. The intensity of their feelings frightened the young couple, and they would always pull back and hold off sex for another day.
When I have couples come to see me for counseling from repressed cultures, I always start them off with very gentle foreplay. And so within 6 weeks, they're able to have sexual intercourse. But it leads up to it. It doesn't all happen at once.
Then one day, Hiroto came home from work, determined to seal the deal with his sweet Sakura. After a bottle of plum wine, they were ready to give it another shot. This time, there was no holding back. Locked together as one, they were heading to the promised land. Sadly, it was a case of too much, too soon. The young couple locked eyes, then passed out, dead in their lover's bed from heart attacks.
Not having sex for years can have a negative effect on the heart because the heart is not used to it. You know, you have to build up your stamina.
It might have been their special love had only a one-way door to ecstasy, because Hiroto and Sakura hit the G-spot bullseye, the big O, and died, never to return from their simultaneous orgasmic bliss. Tragic? Maybe. But of all the 1,000 ways to die, this one gets our highest rating. Ichiban, number 1. Dave was a building manager who kept an eye on things. The problem was, he kept too close an eye. Using a high-tech, flexible snake camera, Dave spied on all the pretty girls in his building.
Hello.
He would start out with Yoga Girl in 6B.
Nice and loose and limber.
There are definitely no limits at being a voyeur now. It used to be just peeping through a window, but now with technology, there's binoculars, telescopes. You can peep from across the street. I mean, you can't go to a motel in the middle of nowhere and not find that there's a camera in your hotel watching you.
That is nice.
On the other side of his apartment, he would spy on Karaoke Girl in 6D.
Oh, yeah.
Trudy was a sizzling little Pop-Tart.
Oh.
He would top it off with Bathtub Babe in 7C. Danielle was his favorite. She offered the best views. Over time, Dave had drilled several holes in her bathroom floor to maximize his peeping angles.
Oh, it's bath time. Get yourself nice and clean for me.
Drilling holes in the ceiling allowed water from the bathroom to get into the wood structure. Water creates rotting because it makes the wood susceptible to the growth of fungi. The fungi eats away at the wood's cellulose, which is the building block in the wood, which gives it its strength. Eventually, the weight of the bathtub and the weight of the girl made the structure fail.
Dave was a creep who liked to peep.
Oh, yeah.
He thought he was clever.
Oh, it's bath time.
Until his fat head was crushed and his brains went splatter and his lights went out. Forever. Alex was an electronics whiz kid who could have gone to any top college in the country. But he chose to stay at home and follow his twisted genius wherever it took him. He spent most of his time breaking stuff and torturing his parents. But getting on his mother's nerves was getting old. He needed something more, like putting the brain of a robotic vacuum cleaner into his homemade destruction bot. That would be dangerous and wrong. Alex got to work.
We're not quite close enough for robots to think by themselves yet. You can program a robot to do independent tasks, and they can do multiple tasks, but to be able to do a task it's never seen before, or something that's not programmed into it, or we're still quite a bit of ways from having something like that.
Alex modified his robot by installing the brains, the microprocessor, from the vacuum bot. The final touch, he gave it eyes, motion sensors. Alex's robot won't be able to think for itself, but it will do his master's bidding. Destroy anything that moves. And when Alex fired up his first-generation bot using his remote, Robotenstein sprung to life. It had hardened steel blades that rotated at a deadly 3,000 RPM. It was a pure killer. Alex put his soldier to sleep. And what about getting his bot ready for another round? A dropped screw awoke the sleeping monster And before he could pull its plug, Alex's killer robot took its master apart, piece by piece.
A deep laceration from a spinning lawnmower blade cut deeply into the abdomen and actually can cut the artery, the aorta, which carries all the blood to the lower part of your body. You can bleed out in about 30 seconds.
Instead of giving his robot a brain, he should have put his own to better use. Emily and John just got married, and now it's time for the party.
Kiss?
The band they booked canceled at the last minute, and so they were forced to hire Sandy, a one-man band wedding singer, sight unseen.
Woo! Oh, man. Woo, Running Man, remember this?
A successful wedding reception depends a great deal upon the entertainment.
Oh, you want some too, Mama? All right. Hey.
With his tacky pawn shop tuxedo,
It's a party, everybody drink up.
obvious drinking problem,
Nurse!
and knack for insults,
How you doing, Mom? This your son?
Sandy was shaping up to be no day at the beach.
The wedding singer, being the front man of a band, typically gets anywhere from $3,500 to $10,000 for a wedding. I've seen people sneak drinks, and I've had to get on them like, hey, you're here, you're a professional, you're working. There's no room for alcohol in this. I mean, leave that for the guests, because the bride and groom aren't paying for you to drink.
Why is it when you think things can't get any worse,
Can I have your attention, please?
they do?
I wrote a song while I was taking a dump, and I think you're really gonna like it. Hey, you dumb fool. You got drunk and knocked her up, and now you're married, you stupid slut. Look at your bump, you spread your legs, and now you're stuck with the loser. He gave you herpes simplex too. The two of you are screwed.
He's ruining our wedding.
You're screwed.
You're right, baby.
The best man tried to keep John from committing murder,
Chill out. Get off of me!
and then the freakiest of all freak accidents had Sandy swallowing his words. The guests were too shocked to do anything but watch in horror.
Asphyxiation refers to the body being unable to obtain oxygen from the environment. Now, that can be caused by a number of things, such as an obstruction in the airway or a blockage at the mouth. The way the vocal cords are formed, if a large enough object is pushed past them, it can prevent that object from being pulled out because of the valve that the vocal cords act as.
Wedding receptions are supposed to be fun.
Oh, get some tongue action in there, huh?
Sandy got wasted and turned this one into a nightmare.
We are screwed!
Oh well, time to cut the cake. What do you get when a girl gives mouth to mouth to a dead raccoon?
Stay with me.
Stick around and find out.